So a couple of associates of Kendrick Lamar waste no time to drag Drake whenever the opportunity presents itself. I mean, just a few days ago, we covered the story of DJ Head dragging Drake after Iceman Episode 3 dropped, and today we got another one, this time from Glasses Malone, who wasted no time to post a snippet of one of hip-hop's OGs who came on the scene in the late 70s, who worked with the likes of Melly Mel, and we are talking about Bizzy B, who dragged Drake in a recent Vlad interview, and Glasses Malone wasted no time. Hip Hop 101 from an original. Kendrick is hip hop, Drake is not.
You've said that Drake is not hip hop, but Kendrick is definitely hip hop.
Right. I would say that again. To me, I don't think Drake is hip hop. Kendrick hip hop. Yes, I believe that because again, Kendrick talks to culture. It's not just about bitches and hoes and how much money you got and the cars you drive. You know what I mean? Which the rappers do. That's what they do. That's what the rappers do. Mm-hmm. So that's Drake. Now he sing, or if that's what y'all call it, that he don't kick off to me as a hip hop artist. So that's my take on Drake, but Kendrick does. Before it's not like us or they not like us. I'm talking before.
Yeah.
Kendrick was considered hip hop to me.
Well, who would you consider the 5 greatest MCs, excluding yourself?
KRS-One.
In no particular order. KRS-One.
Okay. Right. Rakim.
Okay, that's 2.
Big Daddy Kane.
3.
Dougie Fresh.
Okay, that's a good one. 4.
That's my student. That's the one I brought up.
Nice.
And I'll put Kendrick on for the new...
Kendrick, okay.
The new up-and-coming.
And boy, things escalated quickly on X as Drake fans came for Glasses Malone's neck over this post. It is not about what y'all say, it is about what the facts are, LOL. People can say anything out of hate and likeness for someone, but the facts and truth will always remain that Drake is hip-hop, LOL. And while G Malone responded with no sir, we got users out here classifying Drake in Post Malone's category. No, he isn't. Referring to Drake, he never has been. Why do you keep trying to push this? He's a tanned Post Malone, writing waves and hits no one really remembers. To which a user fired back with, Drake has put on so many people, he's done more for that culture than anyone over the last 15 years, laughing my bum off. You MFers have gotten too comfortable with saying Drake is not hip-hop just because he can sing and actually has versatility, loudly crying and facepalm emoji. And it is crazy because rappers like Styles P, just like Bizzy B, believe the opposite. They believe people are getting too comfortable with classifying Drake in the same category of hip-hop artists like Nas and Eminem.
I like Drake's music. I think he's a star. I just put him up there with Kanye, Puff, and as a star. But I think we are beginning to forget a lot of rules in this culture due to stars, and we just start switching them around and making them different. Like, I don't got nothing against Drake.
Right.
But how does a guy say what's the rules in a rap battle that had a ghostwriter before? That's not fair, dog. Like, you letting a dude who had a ghostwriter now say what we could do in the dirt. Nah, dog, you gotta stay up there, and you beautiful up there. We love you up there. But don't come down here and change the rules. That's wrong because
it's war.
It's war.
Well, he doesn't really have the power to change the rules.
You can't explain. Nah, but he's a big voice. He's a big voice, and the kids are gonna follow him. So you have to understand this. So when he speaks, he has to understand, like, you the #1 dude in the game. You're the biggest artist. Like, you didn't have to take a shot at Pusha.
And back to G Malone using Bizzy B's snippet to slam Drake, things escalated further when users uncovered the fact that not just Drake, but also Jay-Z got dragged by Bizzy B in that interview. He also discredited Jay-Z, so he's mixed reviews from me, laughing emojis. And even Melly Mel's take on Kendrick from the past was brought up. Same clip, he said Jay-Z is not an MC, and also weren't you fools crashing out when Melly Mel said this, laughing emoji. Kendrick Lamar and Nas talk a lot of crap, says Melly Mel, where's the greatness? And here's the snippet from Vlad TV of Bizzy B's take on Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, he another street guy that he not MC. He a good rapper.
Oh, you wouldn't consider Jay-Z an MC?
Nah, he a good rapper. He a dope rapper. No, he ain't no MC.
Okay, what makes him not an MC? Crowd control?
Yeah, that too. He don't got that. It's the records. He'll pick a good record, and the beginning of that record will be the main thing. Then he go into his shit. That's it.
Nas
a good MC, dope MC.
Okay, DMX.
Oh, he one of the dopest MCs.
Yeah.
That's an MC. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Ice Cube?
Yep, goddamn right.
So there's a lot on this list.
See, now, Ice Cube got it from me. Ice Cube was a dope MC with his group, and he was with his group. I was with his group in '88. I traveled with
NWA.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, OGs can be inconsistent with their takes, and this time around, at least Eminem fans can rest easy, as Bizzy B also shared his thoughts on Eminem.
Now, the people you've excluded on this list, Eminem.
He's a dope MC. He's a dope MC. But now, the reason why I wouldn't put him as one of my tops, because he's a dope MC that don't want to be seen as dope.
What do you mean?
He don't come out. He'll come out and do a record and that's it. He don't come out. You don't see.
He's not outside.
Right.
Tupac.
But he's a dope MC. Tupac was a dope MC. He was a dope MC. And he told me that I was a dope MC. Pac, Big.
Now, that was a fair criticism of Eminem. Even Eminem fans have been saying the same for years, even when they agree that Eminem is the GOAT. We all know that for the most part, he's not outside. It is his nature. And according to Bizzy B, he could have made his list if he was outside more often. And back to the heated debate on if Drake qualifies as hip-hop. I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on this one, as some have expanded. People need to understand, while rapping is one of the 5 elements of hip-hop, just being a damn good rapper doesn't automatically make you hip-hop. I'm not saying Drake is or isn't, just pointing out the distinction, because a lot of folks think all rap equals hip-hop, period. And speaking on Drake, on how his associates flipped on him when he was duking it out with Kendrick Lamar, we even got to hear from Memphis Bleak, who shared his thoughts on how Drake got used and dumped by his former associates.
He got to get some hitters down there.
But think about this, Bleak. All the people that Drake done jumped on the feature with, all the people that on the tour, when he go on tour, y'all come on.
Yeah.
Everybody turned their back on this man.
See, he should have gave me a verse. Should have gave me a verse. I'd have been on the front line with you. Superman.
Are you surprised they did a man like that?
Yes, there's no love in this game, man. People gonna use you for what they need you for, and then when they done with you, they gonna put you back because they don't need you no more. They got what they needed. Damn. So this game is dirty, man. It's a really, really dirty game, and you gotta pick your friends and know your enemies, for sure.
J. Cole was like in it for a hot second. J. Cole said, nah, this ain't for me.
Yeah, he got up out of there.
Yeah,
he had a pot got high, he got up out of there.
He jumped back on his bike and rolled off there like Debo.
Yeah, he got up out of there.
And for me, Rick Ross flipping on Drake has got to be the most ironic. Just take a look at his top 10 most popular songs right now on Spotify, and Drake is on 5 of those, which is crazy. And to make matters worse, they don't have a collab album. And on the topic of Rick Ross, another user expanded. Dot, Weeknd, and Rocky all have valid reasons for life. That Ross-ish is still confusing. He was all under Drake's post just months before For All the Dogs dropped and while on tour. And back to Memphis Bleak's take, some have fired back at him as they believe this kind of paints Drake as some victim. Why everybody keep trying to make Drake the victim? He be talking heavy, and the moment Ish doesn't go his way, now it is people doing him dirty. Nah, people are realizing certain Ish about him and don't like it, and some believe it was Drake using the artists and not the other way around. Dude got it in reverse. Drake used them for their energy. A vampire gonna vampire, and Kendrick is Blade. Now, an exchange was certainly happening when Drake collaborated with lesser-known artists, but was it a fair exchange? Now that's the question. And on Memphis Bleak's joke about what he would have done if he got a verse from Drake, some users aren't buying it. Laughing my bum off, Bleak was quiet as a church mouse when Nas bombed on Hove with Ether. Now I'm supposed to believe you would have put your shoes on and got in the booth to shoot at Kendrick after the world heard Euphoria. Lies. But what are your thoughts on Bleak's take? And before we end it today, we got a breakdown from radio executive and producer Damiza on the issues of bots on streaming platforms and Drake versus UMG. Damiza breaks down the botting era in streaming and why Drake is a perfect case study. When an artist gets too big, the label UMG has to negotiate with them and it flips the power dynamic. This is the same tension at the heart of Drake's lawsuit versus UMG.
About streaming, I mean, look, streaming 20 to 30% is bots. I mean, they've taken the weight out of radio where you can't fake the funk, and they've moved it to these streaming platforms. So these streaming platforms with 20 to 30% bots, now think about this for a second. Think from a compound interest standpoint. I mean, to 30% year over year over a decade. I mean, you wonder why you get these wacky charts from Billboard, the top 100 of the last decade. You wonder why it's so quirky. Well, there you go. Compound interest with bots. And look, they're not trying to artist develop. They don't want big artists to be brands anymore. The reason why is when they blow up, they got to negotiate with them. I mean, the more leverage that they have over the label, the more mad the label gets. They think, we made you, we built you into this brand, and now you want to charge us for it? I mean, look at the Drake case. I mean, if you take away all of the Kendrick Lamar stuff, take away the beef stuff, and look at the battle, he's saying that they used bots to inflate someone else's number for a change, not his, to take away his market share in the middle of a contract negotiation. Do you see where this is going? I mean, that's what is happening with the entertainment industry as a whole. These big content creation companies and data companies and record companies, former record companies, don't want to pay talent anymore. So what are they doing? They're creating AI material and they're putting a banana in the tailpipe of artists.
And on IG, the Mizza added this caption: 20 to 30% of streams are bots. Let that sink in. From a compound interest lens, that's billions moving around the system. So what's the Drake case really about? Eyes emoji, not just contract, it is market share, pro rata streaming, and brand value when the pie gets divided. At the end of the day, this is about who controls the scoreboard and how much that scoreboard is worth. And of course, those in support of Drake's lawsuit have expanded. This is exactly what I've been saying all along, and there is way more to this story behind the curtain. Hence why I've always supported this Drake lawsuit, because the longer he carries this on, the further the curtain gets pulled back to expose what's really happening. And when it comes to bots, in Kendrick Lamar's case, he beat the allegations after his stadium tour with Caesar turned out to be a huge success, although you'd still find those in Drake's corner who believe that the credit goes to Caesar. And on the Mizza's point of bots taking over, some have concluded what's telling is when an artist is booming on streams but can't sell tickets, it is back to the basics. You gotta be dope in real life, create dope experiences, and people will naturally post to you. And that will be all for today, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on these topics in the comment section, especially Bizzy B's take on Drake and also Jay-Z. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.